All right, guys, it is time for another exclusive. All right. But before I get into this exclusive, I just want to thank you guys that have taken the time over the last few days especially to comment on my videos and to thumbs up the vids. I mentioned it the other day that it's been very quiet since the transfer window closed. I know you're still watching the vids and that. And I know some of you are on fire sticks and things that makes it difficult to comment. Don't make it difficult to thumbs up though. But the thing is, if you want content from me, you need to interact with the channel, because when I see nothing from you guys, I think, no one's really bothered, so I won't bother. Do you know what I mean? When I see the interaction, it keeps me on my toes, it motivates me. I think, yeah, everyone's appreciating, stuff. And also you leave comments and it makes me think, I should talk about that really. So I really, really do appreciate those of you that realize that. And also, if you don't comment, if you don't interact, thumbs up, comment, whatever, even a thumbs down is the same as a thumbs up, ironically. It's classed as one view, one engagement. If you don't do that, YouTube thinks, no one's really interested, so they won't push it to new people, all right? If you enjoy the content, it really helps me and you, because I'll do more videos, if you interact with me. If you haven't got time, I get it, because some of you are like listening when you're on the move, all right? But it does help the channel a lot, guys. So I want to go over this exclusive, which is by Lewis Steele at the Daily Mail. He's the new kid on the block, really, in terms of the clique of Liverpool journalists. I'm not going to read the entire article to you. It's behind a paywall, all right? But I'm going to give you a summary of the article, which is written by Dave, my AI assistant, who has been trained to study football articles, the journalists that write them, and the platforms that push them on us. And we have a log of everything written by Lewis Steele that we can compare things with, and we do that by every journalist, not just Lewis Steele. But what I'm going to say to you is, I pulled up the article on my computer, and what I do is I send the link to myself on Telegram, right? So that then it's on my phone, so I can read the phone to you. And I noticed this, right? So this is the original article here on the Daily Mail website. Look, you see that? Yeah, and I want you to pay attention to the headline here. Now, it is behind a paywall, right? If you appreciate, Lewis's writing, maybe you want to subscribe. I don't know. I wouldn't personally, but there you go. So I want you to look at the headline, yeah? Because the headline says, exclusive, why Florian Wirtz has struggled to live up to his £116 million price tag so far, and the supercharged training plan Liverpool are using to unlock his true potential. I think because it says why Florian Wirtz has struggled, I'm expecting new information here. I want to see what this possible reason could be. Now, I noticed this. When I shared this article to myself, right, it came up like this. Okay, there's the link. And you see the headline's different. I can't read it because it's the reverse at the moment. But it says Liverpool's supercharged plan to get £116 million Wirtz firing. It isn't as clickbaity as the original, which means the original headline would appear on Google, which is going to make you click. This is how you might share it to a friend or on social media. It's not as clickbaity-ish, in my opinion. But if I click on this link here, right, it opens up and you can see it's behind the paywall, right? But at the bottom on Telegram, it says instant view. And the article is not behind a paywall. The entire article opens up. I think that's happened once before, but I noticed it today. But the headline is different, all right? The headline is different. And that is usually a sign of manipulation. It's usually done by the Liverpool so-called fan sites, but, to get clicks and ad revenue and stuff like that. So I'm already thinking this is potentially clickbait-ish, right? But with the headline, why Florian Wirtz has struggled to live up to his price tag, I'm looking for hard information in there to give me, what do I not know then? What's come out? This sounds interesting. It is an exclusive, remember. So summary of the article. This is written by Dave, right? Lewis Steele's Mail Plus exclusive focuses on Florian Wirtz, Liverpool's £160 million signing, and frames him as a superstar in waiting who hasn't yet delivered the numbers to justify the hype. Steele points out his lack of goals or assists so far and leans on the familiar story that Bundesliga imports often take time to adapt. The article highlights Liverpool's supercharged gym plan, including medicine ball work to toughen him up for Premier League intensity, while noting Slot's public backing that Wirtz is improving every game. Steele peppers the piece with quotes from David Moyes and German journalists likening him to Iniesta and De Bruyne, then reminds readers that City, Bayern and Madrid all wanted him. Steele rounds things off with some personality notes, grounded, studious, disciplined, family background, and suggests Liverpool believe his best is yet to come, possibly starting with the derby. Now, the key bullet points from the article, okay? Again, this is analysed or drafted by Dave to assist me. Louis Steele writes for the Mail Plus, the Daily Mail's paywall subscription product. His reputation so far, more of a roundup man than a newsbreaker. Often packages up what's already out there and sprinkles in a buzzword or two. Paywall strategy is the Mail's business model. They address Steele's pieces as confidential exclusives, so subscribers feel they're getting something special. But paying for access often feels like paying to see the Beatles live, only to walk in and find the warm-up band strumming cover songs. The bullet points from the article: Wirtz's form so far, £116 million signing, 0 goals, 0 assists. Last season at Leverkusen, 31 goal involvements, 38 the season before. Critics and rival fans are enjoying Schadenfreude, which is a German word meaning pleasure at someone else's misfortune. The reasons for his slow start, this is the exclusive information I'm waiting for. Adapting to Premier League's intensity. Fitness levels. Liverpool's performance staff are bulking him up. He's put through supercharged gym work with big focus on giant medicine ball sessions, explosive throwing, slams, core drills to improve strength, stability, and resistance to Premier League physicality. He's compared to Bundesliga players who struggled to adapt early on: Werner, Havertz, Sancho, Gravenberch. The Slots Views mention says Liverpool aren't doing anything unique with Wirtz, but he must adapt to intensity. Praises him for always wanting the ball and improving game by game. And then it goes on to background and transfer. So we've already skipped on for the reasons for the slow start. Background and transfer chose Liverpool over City, Bayern, Real Madrid. Doubts about Guardiola's long-term future influenced him not to pick City. Virgil van Dijk personally spoke to him before the move. £100 million base fee, £116 million only if Liverpool win big during his contract. There was expert opinion in the article. Quotes from David Moyes: excellent player, will be exceptional in time, wish he was mine. German reporters comparing him to Iniesta and De Bruyne. Personal side, quiet, grounded, fully football focused. Parents double up as agents. They once hired a teacher to travel with him during national team camps so he wouldn't fall behind in school. Teammates joking about inflation, making Van Dijk worth more now than Wirtz or Isak. The overall outlook, a slow start in numbers, but widely tipped to explode once adapted. Seen as one of the most complete young footballers in Europe, Slot and Liverpool staff confident he will soon deliver, maybe as early as the Merseyside derby. So for me, I haven't seen anything exclusive in this article. And this is, this isn't a clickbaity fucking, aggregator, instigator website. This is a national publication. This is a newspaper. I'd expect more. And you're paying for this exclusive as well. Remember, well, in theory. So Dave goes on to analysis of the exclusive. Is it really exclusive? No. Wirtz's slow start has been obvious to anyone watching. Bundesliga stars need time to adapt is one of football's most recycled narratives. The quotes from Moyes, Slot and German journalists are either from pressers or long public interviews. The only semi-new detail is the medicine ball anecdote, and even that is bog standard fitness colour. What's actually new? Pretty much nothing that couldn't be cobbled together from match stats, a press conference, and Google Translate of German papers. So the verdict from Dave is that this exclusive is as exclusive as calling the sky blue. It's a padded out profile built on cliches, press quotes, and a medicine ball mention chucked in to make it sound insider. And I've got to be honest, it is a disappointing exclusive. If I see an exclusive why Florian Wirtz has struggled to live up to his price tag, then that's basically misleading me, because nowhere in the article does it tell me why he's struggled. We all fucking know that he's got to adapt. He's playing in a new team, a new league, new formations, new teammates, new system, new manager, new country, fucking everything. I am not disappointed in Florian Wirtz or concerned in any way, shape or form. And if you are a proper football fan, you know, that's not one of these modern day, like, must deliver from the minute you signed, then everyone knows that it takes time to adapt. Yeah, there are times, I'm sure, when people have said this. People are probably still saying this right up until Darwin Núñez was sold. Occasionally, people don't adapt or it doesn't work out. But I have no concerns whatsoever at the moment. And it is. I think the intention is there to mislead. Exclusive why Wirtz has struggled to live up to his price tag, but and that is listed on Google, but you share that and it's slightly different. I consider that misleading. Okay, I will leave it with you. You let me know what you think. I would expect better from one of the Liverpool clique of journalists, to be honest with you. Lewis Steele I think he's a likeable lad. He's an upcoming journal or whatever. He's not going to break any news to you at the moment, but maybe he will establish contacts as time goes by. I've tried to watch his videos, but I don't feel the videos work for him at the moment. But then again, when I first started my videos, you know, people I'm sure would say that about me. It was quite, you know, monotone or whatever, and whereas now I just give a fuck now, you know what I mean? But I think that each journalist, you know, sometimes has a little bit different, something different to offer. And for example, Lynch, Captain Obvious, right? He ain't going to give you a scoop ever. He told us that we weren't going to sign Frimpong, remember? One of his best sources told him that, right? But I do think that while he's a wank journal in terms of, you know, exclusive transfer news and stuff like that, I think he's very good with his videos. So when Lynch, gives, you know, a post-match opinion or whatever, I think they're quite enjoyable, to be honest with you. So maybe that's his quality, as Rafa Benitez would say. James Pearce, Bad News Pearce at The Athletic. He's not going to give you a scoop on the next signing. It's going to be Joyce or Ornstein, right? But he's very good at writing, you know, articles about former players or former managers or the academy. In fact, his last exclusive was about the academy. He's very good at that kind of stuff. You know, profiling, is that what you would call it? And I think with young Lewis Steele here, I think that, to be honest with you, I've seen his weekly roundups, and I actually find them quite interesting, to be honest with you. He is a roundup man, like Dave says in his assessment there. But I actually think he does a good job of that, to be honest with you, the way he does round up things. Because I think fans sometimes like that, you know, there's a quick way of getting the news. But it is behind a paywall, which is extremely disappointing. I certainly wouldn't pay for it. Whereas I do pay for The Athletic and The Times. But to be honest with you, I did not try and circumvene the article here. You know, you can go online and say, like on X, for example, Grok, summarize this article for me. All I did was share the link to myself. You know, there is the link. And when I click on instant view, it opens up the whole thing. I have no idea if it does that on an article from The Athletic or anything. I don't know. You know, so I'm not trying to, you know, encourage you to circumvent. I'm just saying, fuck me, I just did that on Telegram and it opened up. Anyway, what do you think? It was not exclusive at all, was it, guys? It was terrible, wasn't it? Really, really poor, that. You'd expect that from one of them shitty blogs. But it's not even just on the Daily Mail. It's behind a paywall, for goodness sake. Shocking, that. What do you think? Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up the video. If you're Lewis Steele, you might want to thumbs it down. No, I ain't got no problems with Lewis Steele. Why would I? I ain't got a problem with anyone. Just commenting on the work. He could comment on here and say your video is shite. It's just opinions. It's football, right? And if you're putting yourself out there, you're going to be judged. So yeah, drop me a comment, guys, what you think about that exclusive. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there's a love art under the video. It's called a Super Thanks. I always give a shout out to everyone that does that in my morning briefings. They're on my other YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham. The link to that channel is in the video description below. It's also on the screen. It should pop up as a logo. You can click anything that pops up on the screen. Should be my channel. You can go over there and subscribe to those. I think today's morning briefing was 1 hour and 40 minutes long, so it wasn't very brief, all right? If you don't see the love art, there's links in the video description, all right? Just saying, there's Revolut and all that. That's me beer fund, Revolut. It really is. That's one I'll be using today. when I go out for a beer this afternoon to watch the game. So I must crack on. I've got to be out in under an hour. But I just wanted to make at least one video for you. And next week, I'm going to start rewarding those of you that do comment my videos and do thumbs up. And like I say, if you're listening to this, you can't comment right now, just drop by every now and then, let me know how you're doing. Especially if you're a name I know, because I worry about you. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the derby. Take care, and we'll catch you real soon. All right.